Habs win 6-2 against the Buffalo Sabres in Game 3. Honestly, pretty solid game. There were some shenanigans at the end between Jack-Eye and Sam Carrick, which we'll get to in a minute. But honestly, it was a good game. Started off rough, though. So, let's recap it. It's off. We opened the game with Kirk Muller doing the introductions, holding the torch, and calling out the Montreal Canadiens. Again, awesome to see. It's still awesome to see. And ironically enough, he wore the number 11 before Koivu and Brendan Gallagher and Scott Gomez. And he was the captain during Montreal's final Stanley Cup championship win. I'm talking about 93. Now, the game starts, and Tage Thompson gets an early goal. Oh, God. When that goal went in that quick, it kind of set the tone for me. I thought, nope, here we go. We're going to get blown out of the water. And it looked like that was going to be the case, as Alex Lyon kept saving shot after shot after shot. Multiple chances, and they couldn't get the puck in the net as they kept hitting the post. Philip Deneau, I don't know what the hell he was thinking with going at close range and releasing a fucking slap shot. Released a clapper, and he still saved it. Alex Lyon still saved it. Then we get to the second, and it's Newhook with for the tying goal for Montreal. Newhook scored. Then Caulfield, off of a no-look pass from Lane Hudson, finally gets one. He breaks his drought, and he finally scores to make it 2-1. Then we make it 3-1. Then there's a goaltender interference call, which I had a bit of PTSD of 2014 with Chris Kreider, as Alessian, I think I said his name right, number 29, ran over Jakub Dobish. He was called for a goaltender interference, and Juraj Slafkovsky scores on it. Paul Duke got a penalty for no reason, which led to the birth of one of the funniest memes of the playoffs this year, with Juraj Slafkovsky's facial expression. There was a no goal, which I had to look at the replay for that. The puck did go in the net, but they were calling it goaltender interference. To me, it didn't matter. We scored later, like moments later, and we still got the win. It's 4-1. Rasmus Dahlin ends up scoring to make it 4-2, and then Kirby Dach scores towards the end of the second to make it 5-2. Now we go to the third. A lot of penalties on both ends. Like it looked like both teams hated each other. Alex Lyon gets ran over multiple times. We get called for goaltender interference. They got called for goaltender interference, as I mentioned. Benson still being a pest. The Habs get an empty netter, which it didn't look like it went in. It hit the post. But if you look closely, in which I will show the replay.
Off the post, but we're going to give it the goal on the penalty.
Very closely, Rasmus Dahlin hooks Alex Newhook and they counted it as a goal. Because usually it would have been a penalty shot if the goaltender was if Alex Lyon was in net. He wasn't. They called it a goal. Alex Newhook, for the second game in a row, gets a multi-goal game. Then we get to the dying seconds, the last 10 seconds of the third period, and there's a scrum. There's a scrum near the Habs zone. Norris sucker punched a guy. There was a dog pile. Sam Carrick goes up against Arbor Jacki. Punches him 3 times, but he hides it so it makes himself look good. And one punch from Arbor Jacki, and Carrick goes to sleep. Carrick gets knocked out. No penalty, because again, the game was over, and no suspension. Arbor and number 29 got fined today. They got fined today, but the Habs finally win back-to-back games. And we end the Sabres' road streak. We gave them their first loss on the road. Now, again tomorrow. We play again tomorrow for Game 4. Both teams have been warned, and now the refs are going to be looking at everything. It is the most physical series. Granted, the most physical series is Montreal-Buffalo. That's obvious right there. That's obvious right there. But this is a series I kind of want to see go to 7. Like, it's entertaining to watch. Very entertaining. And funny story about the no goal. I was in the bathroom when that happened, and my girlfriend started yelling at the TV. Keep in mind, she's not a Habs fan. Starting to become one, but she's more of a Philadelphia Flyers fan. She's a Flyers, Jets, Blues, Wild fan. And she was cussing at the TV, saying that was a goal. I looked at the replay. That was more of a goal than Anaheim's OT winner against Edmonton. But that no goal did not matter. Game 2 was a statement that Game 1 was a fluke. Game 2, we dominated. Game 3, we dominated. We were all over the Sabres. We let in shots, letting in offensive zone time. We played better. We had a slow start in the first. Again, granted, it's the first game back at home. But what I liked that happened was Yakudovich got a standing ovation. And he couldn't help but smile at it. Because he got a win. His record going in was 0-4 following a win. Now it's 1-4. We go in tomorrow. We go back to the Bell Center with a chance to take a 3-1 series lead and push them to the brink of elimination. And we get one more game closer to the East Final. 10 more wins is all Montreal needs to win the Stanley Cup. They need 10. Who knows? I said this series was going to end in 6 or 7. I did say in my Game 7 video that no series is going to be easy. And I'm standing by that because Carolina just swept the Flyers over the weekend. And they're 8-0. They have yet to lose a game. Colorado, up until last Saturday's game, were undefeated as well. Until they lost to Minnesota. Which, that could have been the momentum swing. But Montreal should continue to ride off the momentum they have from games 2 and 3. Take game 2. Either take game 5, end the series in 5, or take it back home for game 6 and end it there. Who knows? But let me know in the comments. Do you guys think this is going to 7? Do you think Montreal's going to go to another 7-game series and it's going to go down to the wire? Or is it going to end in 6 games? 5 or 6 games? Let me know what you guys think. It's not over. I'm not going to count the Sabres out. I did not count them out against Boston. I'm not going to count them out now. But as I said before, I'm happy with what Montreal has been doing. And I hope Jack Eye does not get penalized for this, or punished, and gets benched. Because honestly, we're gonna need him. We're gonna need him throughout the rest of this series. If we make it past Buffalo, then we're definitely gonna need it against Carolina. And if we somehow make it past Carolina, we're gonna need it for the final. But until then, I'm just taking it game by game. Who knows what Buffalo's going to do tomorrow? Maybe they might switch it up. Maybe they might go with a different goaltender. I don't know what's in the mind of Lindy Ruff right now, but he could go with Luukkonen. He could go with a different goaltender, their other backup. Or just stick with Lyon. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. This is Colin signing out. Have a good one. See you guys tomorrow for Game 4 of Round 2.